Well, Chase, it's so good to see you. Thank you for stopping by and spending a little time with me. Today's a wonderful day to be indoors because it's freezing outside.
Snowing.
And we were supposed to do some baseball stuff today, and I'm glad that we're at home in the warmth of our house. I want to start by reading a scripture from Matthew chapter 28, verses 18 through 20. And this is the setting is Jesus is risen from the grave. People are stoked, like they're excited because the grave couldn't hold him. Mm-hmm. That's the best news ever. You could ever hear is that Jesus conquered the grave. Absolutely. He came up. That's why we celebrate Easter, but all of a Christian's life should be celebrating the good news of his resurrection. But here's what we find, and Jesus is speaking to his disciples. Matthew chapter 28, verse 18, it says, "And Jesus came and said to them, 'All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I've commanded you, and behold, I'm with you always to the end of the age.'" This passage just tells us that we can have 100% confidence in Christ. I've said this before. I've told you this. This passage is like a Jesus sandwich. He starts out by saying he has all authority in heaven and on earth, and at the very end, he says, "I'll be with you always to the end of the age." So he gives us this 100% confidence. He has all authority.
Everything.
Nobody can stop Jesus. I don't care who you are, what you've done. The richest nation or the richest person or the most powerful people on earth cannot stop Jesus's plans. They will come to fruition. He will fulfill all of his plans, which is fantastic, especially if you're a believer and you're following him. You're like, okay, because there's parts of the scripture that says that he's for us. He's for us. How do we know that? He went to the cross and he died for us. He rose from the grave for us. But here he says he has all authority in heaven and on earth. I'll be with you always in the age. And then he gives a commission. So we got this confidence in Christ, but then he says, I've got something for you to do. It's the Great Commission. He says, go therefore and make disciples. So as you go, this isn't some kind of drive-by evangelism, drive-by anything. It's relational. As you go, whether you're at work, school, playing, any of those things, anywhere you find your feet, go therefore and make disciples. Share the good news of Christ. And then he says, and baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Chase, there's something that happened last year that was pretty cool in your life. What was going on in the year of 2025 in the life of Chase Beasley?
That was in October. I got baptized.
Ooh.
And that was fun. I came up to you at the Alexander game and asked you if you could baptize me because when I was young, at a young age, he was close to me, but I was also just young, and it was a thing that I was kind of just. My parents are into it, and it's like, I'm into it. I still believed in him. I knew he was something. I knew he was real, but I didn't know the most of it. And then middle school, in elementary school, I got dyslexia.
Ooh.
And it's not bad. It's not bad. It's
okay.
easy. But got dyslexia. My parents were like, we're going to send you to private school. And I was like, no. Thought it was going to be the worst decision, but it turned out to be the best. And I'm so thankful for that because I went to Dominion Christian School. I met a lot of great people, like Cole Bentley. He went to middle school with me, and honestly, I'm so thankful because he's one of my guys. I love Cole, but whenever I went to Dominion, we had Bible class every day. We had, preachers come in and talk every Wednesday, and it was just great. And it was like. It felt me getting closer and closer to him every day. Yeah. And it felt like the next step was to get baptized. And I thought, why not get baptized by my coach? I was like, that's gotta be the way to go. So Alexander, I asked you if you could baptize me, and I knew that's what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to take that step. And last night I went home, I thought about some things, and I realized that at that Alexander game, that was the game that I almost hit a home run. And I'm not the biggest guy. I've only got like one home run in my life. I probably won't hit many more. But it was just crazy because it's like, I think it's kind of cool. I don't know. It may be nothing, but I thought it was kind of cool. Kind of gave me a little bit of strength.
Well, I think a good thing to do right now is to take a second and actually see the video of your baptism, because I think there's something I'd like to say on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Chase, I baptize you in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, buried with Christ, raised to walk anew.
So after you see that baptism, I want you to remember that the words that Jesus just said from Matthew chapter 28. He said to baptize in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. What's he doing? He's putting his name on you. Mm-hmm. You're baptized in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. See, there's this wonderful thing about baptism. It's two-directional, right? It's God-centered, and then it's man-centric too. There's two aspects. The first part is he's putting his name on you. He's adopting you into his family. You may say, how in the world are we adopted into God's family? Well, on the cross, Jesus was abandoned so that we could be adopted. Mm-hmm. Jesus says on the cross, quoting from the Old Testament, my God, why have you forsaken me? And he was forsaken so we could be forgiven. And so from the God-centered point of view, viewing it from his vantage point, he's putting his name on us. He's adopted us into his family.
Right.
And he has all authority in heaven and on earth
Everything.
Again, right? So, I mean, like, we're getting into this royal family. And then it's also from this man point of view where it's, I am buried with Christ and I'm raised to walk anew. I've got a new name. I've got a new purpose. Mm-hmm. Go therefore, make disciples. Give them hope and encouragement. Strengthen people. As you look back on that night, I want you to remember that baptism, and no matter what happens in your life, because whether you're 65, 70, 80, 90 years old, or you're 16, 17, 18 years old, and you're baptized, we are going to do things in this life where you're thinking, all right, I'm really following the Lord. And then there's times you do things you're thinking, all right, I'm not following the Lord. I've done dumb things. This is not what he's calling me to. But we have to remember we're saved by grace. Mm-hmm. And he put his name on you in that baptism. He'll be with you always to the end of the age. That's what Jesus just told us. And so no matter what, that grace is sufficient. You know, that's what Paul says in 2 Corinthians. He says that Jesus told him, my grace is sufficient for you. My power is made perfect in weakness. And I like what you said a minute ago. I'm not the biggest guy on the field,
no,
right? But I almost hit a home run that night. And it's the Lord who has given you these gifts. He's also giving you the disposition and your propensity to be a scrappy ball player too. To be a guy who says, hey, I might not be the biggest guy. I might not have all the electric gifts and showy things, but I can work.
Right.
And a work ethic goes a long way. So when you think back on that baptism, what are some thoughts as you begin to walk forward in this Christian faith as you look back at that night where you're baptized?
So when I look back at that night, it's a new beginning, kind of. Mm-hmm. But it's also, I still believed in him before, if anything. Yep. It didn't really, like, I'm still with him.
Yep.
Put his name on me and everything. Yep. But it showed me that I have a responsibility now. Mm-hmm. I got responsibilities to go do for him, the one that I trust, the one that I love. And so it's just a matter of me going out, spreading his word, doing what I need to do as the son of him. So that's the way I look at it.
Isn't it great that he allows us to bear that name, his name, and at the same time, it's not like he puts heavy burdens on us either. It's not like that we have to do weird, crazy things. As we live our life, whether you're in a classroom, you're on a ball field, you're out in the community doing whatever, you're hanging out with buddies. As you're doing that, you can be salt and light in this world. You can be someone who brings hope and encouragement to others. And it kind of brings me to another thing I want to talk about, and that is baseball. Mm-hmm. Because you and I obviously got connected through baseball at Harrison, but who introduced you to baseball?
My dad. My dad, for sure. My dad is very, you got to be doing something. I remember my freshman year, I didn't play football. So I had to be in something physical. So he made me go do wrestling.
Yeah.
And I was not good at it, let me tell you that. But it helped me out a lot.
Yeah.
And at a young age, my dad had me playing baseball, and then went on to play with a great travel team at like 7 years old, 6 or 7 years old.
Wow.
But we went undefeated for like a whole year.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Where did you play? Where was it?
It was the West Cobb Bombers.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And it was a lot of kids that were on the team. Like now, it's just like Mason Fowles was on that team, and then like a bunch of kids that go from Alabama. Like, they live in Alabama now, but it was just a crazy team. We were stacked. And as I got older, I went to 643, and that was great.
Yeah.
And then I tried out for 643, and then I met Chris. And then that's when I went over to MBS, and I don't think I could have left MBS because MBS is great.
Yeah, Nelson Baseball School is a quality program that I think the last part of their name says everything. School, because they want to teach you the fundamentals. And I'll try not to launch off into a diatribe here, but a lot of travel teams, they just run guys out to play ball. And if you want your kid to make the Harrison High School baseball team, or you want him to go to any next level, he's got to know the fundamentals of the game. And like yesterday, we were out there doing drills at second base and shortstop. It's just repetition of the fundamentals and doing it the right way. And that's what I like about Coach Cumberland, Coach Chris Cumberland, and Trevor Cumberland. They're men who know the game, and they want their players to be taught the fundamentals so that they have this strong basis and foundation to go to the next level. How many years have you been at Nelson?
So I actually played up when I was. What's the first year you can play? You're gonna be
15, I think now.
Is it 15?
It's 14 now. It used to, I think, it'd be 15. I believe.
So I think I played up when I was 13.
Wow.
So I was on the 14. So I played 14 twice. So I've been with Nelson ever since I was 13.
Now, see, that's helpful, isn't it? To try to play up.
Oh, probably a great decision made by my dad.
Yeah, your dad has a lot of wisdom.
Yeah.
He seems to be a guy full of a lot of wisdom.
You look at the things he tells me to do, and it's like, wow, like that doesn't sound like a good idea. And then you do it, and then after you do it, it's like, wow, he kind of knows something. He kind of knows something.
He's lived a few years.
Yeah,
he's experienced a few things. Yeah, that's right. Well, I agree with you. I think Nelson Baseball School to be emphasized, is a great place where guys learn the fundamentals of the game. And I know there's a lot of those guys who have come over and have made the team at Harrison, and we're grateful and thankful for that. Speaking of Harrison, what does Harrison baseball mean to you?
The team chemistry, honestly. The team chemistry is great. Like last night, we all went over to Alex's house. The whole team, not even just varsity. Some kids on JV were there too. We were all playing poker. No money was involved because I don't know if that's illegal. But we were all playing poker, and we were having a great time. Great time. And honestly, it's just everybody likes each other. There's nobody on the team that's like, hey, what are you doing? Yeah. It's everybody has just a great bond with each other.
That's a gift, isn't it?
It's great because you know that like you're gonna have somebody to back you up. They're always gonna be back there. Yeah. So it's good knowing that I got people like Cole, people like Mason Fowles, Tyler Bergman, Aiden Watson, all there to back me up, and it's just great to think about that. Yeah. The chemistry for a team is 100% of the time a blessing from the Lord. Most people don't realize this, but you can have a team full of talent, loaded players, and it go nowhere because no chemistry.
No chemistry. They don't have a culture together. They don't care about one another. It's just individuals.
Absolutely.
Again, that's my beef with consumeristic travel baseball. Is it's usually just all about the individual. It's not about the team. And that's the wonderful thing about playing for your high school is that it's for your school. You guys live around each other. Most of you have known each other for a long time. And I think that's where we look back 2 years ago for the Harrison varsity team when we had Craig Hochbrenner and a number of other guys, where the chemistry, the team was coming together, was gelling, and we were able to get further into state playoffs. And then last year was one of those years where we were missing 2 key pitchers, but guys just started stepping up all the way around. All the guys on the team wanted to make it to that next round, and they were there to back each other up. And I think that's where, like last year, you were there and you're encouraging guys. You're pushing them on. The whole bench is there saying, let's go, guys. The guys who are in the field are coming in, feeding off of you guys. And when you're looking at this upcoming season, what are some thoughts? Obviously, you've got great chemistry, a lot of guys who care about each other, but what are some just preliminary thoughts about the team for this season?
So what do you mean by that?
Well, so do you when you look at it and you think, all right, we've made it to Sweet 16, we've made it to the Elite 8. Do you think this is one of those years where you guys collectively come together as a group of guys and say, here's our goals, here's this goal? I mean, I think you remember last year, Coach Seed gave a invigorating talk, let's put it that way, after one of the games, and he said, if you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time. And he said, you guys have no goals. Set some goals. And then the goals that were first made were like the most pathetic goals you ever heard in your life. Like, we hope to make it to state playoffs. You hope. It makes something better than just hoping you make it to the playoffs, right? And so I say that because when you look at this upcoming season, and again, when you look at Harrison baseball, what does it mean for you as you're a junior on this team and a guy who's obviously seniors and juniors are the guys who are leading? You've got a history here. You've got a lot of time playing and contributing, and then you step into this junior year, which is a leadership role. Not a role that you take and you say, now I've got these burdens, but like, how can I help this team? What are some thoughts as far as just the upcoming season for you guys?
So one thing, first of all, state's always on the table. I think we got a pretty good shot at it, and that's number one. Yeah. But I think if it's a big family, we're all a big family, and if we can be aggressive and stay healthy, and foot on the pedal at all times, and just keep going. Like we don't care anything that goes wrong. It doesn't matter. We're going to keep our head forward and just swing the bat, get ball on bat, get some runs in. You know what I mean? Like just being aggressive. I think that's going to help us a long way. But one of the goals, I want to make it past the Final Four. 100%.
Well, I think that's where you guys, if you continue to have that mentality of the dirt dog mentality, and we called it blue collar baseball when I was there. Coach Power and Coach Elkins coined that phrase. It was blue collar baseball. I'm not afraid to get dirty. I'm going to give it all I got.
Right.
If I have to take a ball to the face, I'm going to do it. If I got to pop a shoulder by diving for something at second base, whatever I have to do, I'm going to get it done. For me, when I ask myself, what is the greatest play in baseball? And some guys will say, pitching a no-hitter, pitching a perfect game. I mean, those are extremes. Those are extremes. And some guys will say, well, hitting a grand slam to win the game. Okay, another extreme. But what's the greatest play in baseball? And for me, there are two things: a sacrifice fly and a sacrifice bunt. Why? Because you're sacrificing yourself
for the team.
For the team.
Not for yourself, it's for the team.
Not for the team. And for me as a Christian, that flows into thinking about the greatest sacrifice, how Christ sacrificed himself on that cross for us. He died so we can have eternal life. He took the ultimate punishment so we can receive the blessings. He was abandoned so that we could be adopted. It's always this hinge point where it's him. And I think that's why it permeates in me that I love to see guys lay down that sacrifice bunt. I love to see guys hit that sacrifice fly. And a lot of times that sacrifice bunt is even more beautiful. You didn't crush it to the outfield. If you do a sac fly to the outfield, doesn't even count as an at bat. You get an RBI, so you're still kind of a stud. But the sacrifice bunt to get a guy over from first to second, just to get him in scoring position. Do we ever practice bunting at Harrison?
Do we ever? We practice bunting so much. I think we have to be the best bunters in the league, probably. It's every cage. It's every cage we got to end with a bunt. So yes, we do practice bunts at Harrison High School.
Yeah, when you got to Harrison as a freshman, and obviously you give a little insight to people who might be watching, but when you were there as a freshman, what were some of the things that stood out to you right away when you begin to learn our process? Because we have a process in place, and we're going to get you into that process, and we're going to teach you that process, and that's the kind of player we need you to be because it's for the team. But what are some things that stand out when you got there as a freshman?
What standing out to me was everything was organized. Everything was organized, and everything. Coach Story has everything ready to go, and I think that's great. And everybody wanted to be there. Everybody was there 10 minutes early.
Yeah.
They were there. Everybody's ready, and it's like we say a lot, tradition.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of tradition. Like we've been doing a lot of this stuff since I've been freshman year, and it's like we don't really change anything. I just think that's great.
Yeah,
I think that's great.
You've got 2 years left at Harrison, and you've got to make the most out of both of them.
Right.
There's no time to mess around. When you look back at last year and you saw 12 seniors who graduated, and you think, man, I know it probably flew by for those guys, but now you're also a junior and you're like, hey, wait a second. This is skirting by pretty quickly.
Yeah, it is.
What really kind of resonates in your heart as you begin this junior season, knowing that you have 2 cherished seasons left in this program?
Give them all.
Give it all.
Give them all.
Yeah.
I got to go out there, and it's like I'm playing. Like my dad kind of told me this. I'm playing like it's mine. Like if I don't get something, it's over. It's over. And it's kind of just being aggressive. Back to that. Just give everything I got.
Yeah.
Lay it all on the line.
So I'm only the hitting coach. I don't really do anything else besides throw rapid fire ground balls at you when I have to at the beginning of practice, which is a lot of fun. When you think about hitting, what are some things that stand out that we do there in the program that help the fundamentals of hitting, that put you in a good position to be successful at the plate? What are some things that you've learned along the way? And we've spent a lot of time in that indoor facility. Obviously, in the fall, we spend a lot of time in the summer. Still, you guys come and hit. But when you think about hitting, what are some things that you pick up on that you felt like have been helpful? And I will say this before you even start talking is, what I love about you is your 2-strike approach. You're going to battle. You're going to dare a guy to bring it anywhere near the plate.
Sir.
And that 2-strike hitting, again, fires me up because when we go back to the West Forsyth game,
right,
we don't win that second game without guys battling with 2 strikes.
I think it was Cade that came in clutch, right?
He came up clutch. He did. He was Mr. April and May.
Yeah.
We say Reggie Jackson back in the day was Mr. October. He's definitely Mr. April and May. But then Sarge came up to the plate, 2 strikes.
Yes.
Pokes another one. Aiden Watson comes up to the plate.
Walks it off.
He's battling, and then he puts it. So when you think about the hitting, what are some things that you've learned that you've incorporated that help you at the plate that maybe you've learned either at Harrison or just along the way in your hitting career?
One thing, actually, a couple of things that helped me out whenever I got to Harrison, it wasn't really the fundamentals of hitting. It was more of you saying, calm down, relax, breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth, and the toes. It's things that you don't think of that was like, you don't think of it at all whenever you think about it. And then you do it and you get just so much more relaxed in the box. And I feel like if I have a good headspace in the box, it's over. I think I got it. And I think the biggest part is just the mind games in the box.
Yeah.
Just telling yourself that you got it. you're going to do it. You're going to get on base.
The mind part is crucial. Obviously, my son Micah played growing up, and he got to his freshman and sophomore years, and he told me, he said, I can't stand hitting. And I said, why? He said, I don't know what that guy's going to throw. He said, I would rather be the guy on the mound so I can play with the guy who's up at the plate. Right. And it's true. It is a mental aspect. That's why I teach you guys, what are two aspects of hitting that are so crucial, mechanical and mental. Yeah, we got to work on the mechanics. We got to iron out some things. We got to get balanced. We got to get our hands in a good position. We got to be able to strike the baseball well. We got to keep our hands inside the baseball. We got to use our lower half. Some guys don't do that. Some guys get off balance. But once you can get that stuff kind of ironed out, you just hit the nail on the head. It's the mental. The mental side. If you're going to get to the next level, or if you're going to be successful at this level and then try to go to the next level, you have to figure out the mental aspect of the game. And you're right. That's why I was thinking back to my days when I played at Harrison, when I played at South Carolina and Georgia State, played during the summer at various collegiate places. And the mental side was where I always hit growth spurts. When I figured out the headspace, all of a sudden I'm like, hey, I'm getting successful. Exactly. It was never like I learned some new technique by swinging. It was, how am I renewing my mind? How am I figuring out some things? And you're right. Breathing through your nose. And then I always say, flex your toes. Breathe through your nose, flex your toes. It resets the central nervous system. It goes from the top to the bottom of your feet, resets. It's like hitting the reset button on your phone. And you're able to step back in there. We work on a lot of things during the fall, summer, and then obviously in the season. And we work on situational hitting. We work on bunting a lot. And then we work on hitting curveballs, 2 strikes. When you look at the defensive side of things, you were on the cusp of almost getting there when Coach Elkins was the head coach. Yeah. And Coach Elkins was psycho for middle infielders.
I've heard some stories.
I
have heard some stories.
But he knows
the game.
He knows the game backwards and forwards. But the cool part is that he poured into Coach Story for all those years. Even though Coach Story was the pitching coach, he was grooming Coach Story. And now you guys, who are the infielders, get these hours poured into you with Coach Story, Coach Goodman, of the infield. When you think about playing infield, what are some thoughts that come to mind as you're out there?
Nothing past me. That's well, the first thought in my mind is I want the ball. I want it.
You want it.
I want it. Yeah. That's all. That's what I'm always thinking. If I don't want the ball, it's not going to go right. I want the ball. Yeah. So if I'm saying that and there's nothing, I'm telling myself there's nothing that's going to get past me. Yeah. That there's nothing that's going to get past me. That's what really helps me on the infield. Yeah. Just stay calm. Stay smooth. Stay calm. Yeah. Just have fun.
I love what you said, though. You said, I want the ball. It starts with the mental disposition of, I am the guy who's going to make the play. Right. Don't hit it to anybody else. Give it to me. I think there's a certain sense of timidity about some guys who are thinking, oh, it's a big play. Hit it to the first baseman. Hit it to shortstop. Don't hit it to me. But you've got to be hungry. You got to want every single play to. You want to be a ball hog. I want this ball. All 3 outs, I want them to come to me. Please hit them to me, right? And when you're out there on the field, by the way, I feel your pain the other day. The sun's going down. And most guys who've never played first base or second base at Harrison High School are oblivious to this. Sunny. It is sunny, and the sun goes right down over the school or off to the side, and it's just right in your eyes. And they say, hey, put your sunglasses on. Here's the problem. If you've never played first base or second, it doesn't help. No. It just makes it darker, so I can't see. And by the way, we do have those giant Leland cypress that are behind us now, that are behind the third base stands. There used to be no Leland cypress. They were tiny trees, so the sun would just beat straight down for like an hour and a half, and I'm thinking, they're going to throw it to me at first base. I'm not going to be able to see. They're going to hit it to me. I can't see. I always dreaded if the ball was bunted out front or if it was a drop strike 3.
Right.
And then the catcher had to pop out, and then I'm going inside, and then I'm like, I don't know where it's I can't see it.
Exactly.
And then you just kind of put your hand up like, I hope it goes in my glove.
When we were doing the bunt defense yesterday, that's what
There
was
it is.
happening. I was like,
Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah. And I think that's a pain you and I can share and articulate and understand, because I think a lot of people don't get it. Because I remember one game when I was playing, and it was in like 94. I was a freshman. I'm on the varsity team. I'm playing first base, and a ball was bunted out front. They threw it to me. I literally put my hand up, and I'm like, oh, Lord, I don't know where it's going to. It hit my glove. It fell down, and I picked it up, but I was still on the base, so the guy's out. Okay, great.
Okay.
Coach Power, time! He runs out there to me. He's like, put my sunglasses on. So he gives me these Oakley sunglasses. Back in the day, 94, that was amazing,
Yeah.
Oakley sunglasses. And I put them on, and I'm like, now it's just pitch black. I can't see anything at all. Before I could at least see color. So I think we got to try to figure out a way to work on
Right.
something right there to help you guys out, be able to see the baseball. Anyway, we may be exposing some secrets about our field,
Yes.
but nonetheless. So we just went through tryouts. What were some of your thoughts on tryouts? I have to say that, man, I got to see some guys hustling out there, some guys putting in some hard work. I saw some guys with some pretty good at bats. I think you are the all-time walk king right now.
I think I am.
You had some
I
great at bats, but you were disciplined. And we start with a 1-1 count, so it's not like you're sitting in the driver's seat. And you walked quite a bit, which was great to see. You're getting to see more pitches, which is something as a hitting coach I want my guys to see more live pitching before the season ever begins, because we're usually a tick behind the pitching. But as you went through tryouts, what were some of your thoughts about the tryouts and the upcoming?
Everybody wanted to be there, first of all. From what I saw, everybody was hustling.
Yeah.
Everybody was having a great time.
Yeah.
It was, while I was doing tryouts, I was like, it was me of thinking like, hey, I gotta keep going, like, let's go. But it was also like, oh, we're right there. Yeah. We're about to start. It was also like, this is about to get up and rolling again. I'm excited. So it was kind of just like itching to like, all right, let's move on. Let's get on to the games, the blue-green game. But it was also just everybody was there, moving around, having a great time, putting in their work, and it was just great.
Yeah. What does it feel like to put on a jersey that says Harrison on the front?
So Harrison is like a last name for all of them. It's like a last name. It's everybody's just in there, and it's, that if it doesn't matter about the number. I just know that if he's got the same jersey on as me, he's going to get my back. And that's the best part about it.
Well, you and I forever will be Hoyas. Alumni. We'll get to talk about stuff 15, 20 years from now, Lord willing, if I'm still alive. I'm not that old. But anyway.
I was about to say, come on, you're not that old.
But there is this sense in which it's a brotherhood.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you graduated in 93 or you're graduating in 2033. It doesn't matter. There is a brotherhood in which it connects all of us, because we've all been, to use a word, indoctrinated into a process and a way of thinking, a way of living. For us, when Coach said, hey, practice is at 4 o'clock, we all knew that we better be dressed and ready to go at 3:45.
Right.
Because 15 minutes early was on time. And that carried over to when I was in college or wherever, for meetings, whatever. 15 minutes early was on time. It's the Hoya time.
Right.
And that's what we always said. Are you on Hoya time? That's what matters. It doesn't matter any other time. Hoya time. But forever, you and I will be Hoyas. And we've had the honor of putting on that jersey and then stepping on to that sacred field. The Dawn. Don Shaw. It is a sacred place that memories and dreams are made, dreams come true on that field. Sure, some dreams have been shattered along the way. I had a guy on here who graduated in 95 not too long ago. We played together. He was second base. I was first base. Probably the most gifted team.
Mm-hmm.
Almost all the years of Harrison baseball history, and we got beat in the first round by South Cobb. It was rough. But I think that was a catalyst for all the guys who were on that team, and going forward was never again.
All right.
Never again. We'll never take an opponent lightly. We don't care who you are. We don't care where you're ranked. It doesn't matter. We're Harrison. When I was a freshman and then a sophomore, we played against Lassiter High School. By the way, Harrison was a bunch of West Cobb rednecks out in the middle of nowhere. Who are you country people?
All right.
And I pitched against a guy named Scott Prather, and we had a duel back and forth. It was, I think, 0-0. Went to the bottom of the 6th inning. I may have had one out. Chad Suter's my catcher, and I'm pitching, and Suter gives me 1 fastball. And no. 2, curve, no. 3. I was like, yeah, and he goes.
Dude, Coach, you don't know. I mean, I used to catch it. There's so many times I've done that.
Yeah.
I've been like, this kid's curveball hasn't been working all day, and I throw down I'll give him a shot. I've done that plenty of times.
If you're there in that situation again, call time and go talk to the guy, because so sometimes pitchers just, you get wrapped up in the situation. And I said, I want to throw that changeup. And this guy was a junior or a senior. He was a big guy, and I'm either a sophomore or something. And I left that changeup up. That guy sent it into the trees into left field at Lassiter. It was a bomb, a moonshot.
You know, I think that's crazy. Do you know him personally?
I know of him. I don't know him personally.
Does he still live here?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm pretty sure I played with his son.
No.
Michael Prather.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Prather.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So does he go to Marist?
Something. I used to play with him at 643.
Okay. Yep.
So,
that sounds about right.
And I know his dad. I was actually pretty cool with his dad.
Yes.
So.
Scott's a great guy.
That's crazy.
He went to Georgia Tech, played there, got drafted. Good dude. But I gave up that home run in the bottom of the 6th. They went out in the 7th and shut us down, and they beat us. And it was a time where I was absolutely dejected. I had gone the distance, and it was one pitch, just one pitch made the difference in that whole game. But my junior year, they came to the Dawn. They finally said, we're going to come over there and see you peons. We're going to play on your field. Okay. And we beat them. And it was like, yeah, guys, we're out for blood. We're Harrison Hoyas. And my senior year, we go over to Lassiter again to play. Corey Patterson leads off the game with a home run. I came up 2 batters later. I hit a home run. The next inning, we batted around. I hit another home run the next inning. And so we crushed them my senior year. They went on to play in the state playoffs and got beat by a team. But that's the attitude of a Hoya. Nothing's going to stop me. And you said that just a minute ago. You said, I want the ball. Nothing's going to get past me. I'm going to sacrifice myself for this team.
Body on the line all the time.
That's it.
That's it.
What are some other thoughts? Anything else about playing at Harrison, or any kind of things where you think about funny stuff that's happened?
Well, first of all, maybe not funny, but I just want to say the senior class of my freshman year, I think that's when they really flipped the switch. I feel like, because I didn't really think of high school baseball as like that, and then I went in there, I met guys like Craig Cockburn, and he's going crazy.
Yeah.
Craig's a crazy guy.
Crazy Craig.
Love him. He's a crazy guy. Love Craig, but he come in the dugout, just starts screaming. It's like, wow, this is fun. This is really fun. And it's just, and we can go back on like that time where it's like, where you got somebody that comes and plays at the Dawn. I remember we went to North Paulding, and that one got heated. And that one got heated. We don't like North Paulding. But I was pitching, and we lost that one. And then they came back to the Dawn, and we walked it off. And that was the game I got suspended for doing something wrong. But I'll tell you what, I'm sorry for what I did. But in the moment, I was like, hey, heck yeah. It's what they get. Because it was, that's probably one of my favorite memories so far of Harrison. It's just beating North Paulding.
But that is the key heart of a Hoya. I've done the same thing when I was playing there, but then last year when we beat Pope.
Right. Oh, that was a great game. Everybody was fired up.
I loved it.
The energy of that game was insane.
I loved it. I was so happy that we beat hope. But it's that innate, inborn feeling that I want to beat somebody.
Right.
I want to compete. And then it's the people who give us a good run for our money all the time, who've usually beat us. We've not had a great amount of success. And then we set a goal and we're like, I'm going after them. And you're right. Anytime you can beat North Paulding.
It feels great. Feels amazing.
You can beat Pope. We got beat by Walton last year, so
We got to beat Hillgrove.
yeah.
We gotta get Sarge's Sarge, because that's what he left with. That's what his senior night. He was like, "Go beat Hillgrove."
That's it.
Or was that Nick? Who was it?
It was Nick. I think
It was
maybe.
Nick. Okay,
Maybe.
it was Nick.
I can't remember which one.
We gotta get that one. Gotta
Yeah.
beat Hillgrove.
Yeah.
But
You're right. Well, when I've gotten to know you, got to know your parents a little bit, your family is an incredible family. Tell me a little bit about your family dynamics and mom, dad, siblings, that kind of stuff.
So if you ever talk to my dad, the first thing he says is, "I've been here for 7 generations." That's all he says every time, because he's old and he's been here for a while. But my dad he's a hardhead. He's a hardhead. You gotta do it till this day. He's crazy. I guess he just thinks like working out is therapeutic for him. He works out like 2-3 times a day. It's just like, he doesn't really like leave the weight room, and it's like it's gotten crazy. But like I say, it's crazy, but it's so good to have this as like a father.
Yeah.
But like he won't let me work out without him. Like, and he calls it the cave. He's got him a nice little weight room.
Ooh.
In our garage, he's always in there pushing weights, and he's always like, "Man, you 7 o'clock." And if I'm there at like 7:05, it's bad.
I need to ask Mr. Beasley if I can go and work out at the cave, man.
We get a lot of people. We've had a lot of people on the team come and work out with us, and he loves it. That's what he strives to do.
Oh, I love it.
He loves that.
Oh, man.
And then
Do you know where he went to high school?
he went to Campbell.
Campbell High School. All right. My dad grew up in the same area. My dad went to Wills High School, which doesn't even exist anymore, but it was right down the road. My dad's brothers and sisters went to Campbell, and then they built Wills, and he got redistricted. But
Went to Campbell, and then he went to KSU for college.
good.
So,
He's been here. He's a true Cobb County.
He knows the roads. Like, he knows the roads. He doesn't need a map when he drives around this place. But my mom, she is the sweetest soul ever. Love my mom. She does everything for me.
Yeah.
She still washes my clothes. I'm 17 years old, so that's great. She still makes me food. She won't let me do all that stuff because I'm still living in the house, and that's what she thinks she needs to do. And she's just so sweet. She's the sweetest soul. And then I have 3 other siblings. I have an older brother. He lives in Atlanta.
Okay.
And he just got engaged. He's engaged.
Congratulations. That's great.
And then I have a sister, older sister. I think she's 27.
Okay.
I think my oldest brother's 30. I'm not good with dates, but
Yeah.
we're old. They're old people. But my sister is she works for Home Depot, and she's married.
Okay.
She's hopefully I'm about to be an uncle soon.
Nice.
That'd be cool.
Nice.
That'd be
That's
cool.
great. Wow.
But
wow. Big transitions coming up.
yeah. And then I got Dylan. Dylan lives in Nebraska.
Okay.
Because for right now.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna move wherever because of college.
Okay.
But Dylan's the brother that's like, he was there to beat me up. He's the one. Dylan honestly kind of gave me the pathway of my life. He told me everything. Like he was a football player, and he was a scrappy one. He wasn't big. He wasn't big, and that I got people all the time coming up to me. They're like, "Yeah, man, your brother. He's like the craziest trash talker I've ever heard." And they were like, you look at him, he's like 5'10", 165 pounds, and he's trash talking you, and then he runs past you, and it's like that's crazy. And so Dylan, he'd always come up to me, he'd be like, I would always be like, "Dang, man," like, and he'd always be like, "Dude, don't. Like, what are you gonna be, a little baby about it?" It's just stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's just having that brother that always like would choke you out, put you up against the wall. You need that because that builds character. So I'm thankful for my siblings, my family.
Yeah. So you're the youngest?
I'm the youngest.
Okay.
The youngest of 4.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess, having a brother beat up on you a little bit and being the youngest makes you scrappy.
It's only me in the house. So
Yeah.
like I got nobody else in the house.
Yeah,
So it's been me in the house for a while. But
Well, we share something else in common because I was the youngest of 3. My oldest sister is 7 years older than me, and then I have another sister who's 5 years older than me. So you can imagine they were all out of the house and gone by the time I was in high school. But similar to you, they would tag team me when I was little.
Always got to get the youngin'.
Oh my goodness.
They always have to get the young one.
One time they put me in a trash can, and one of them sat on top of the trash can, and it was a metal, trash can. And the other one, I don't know if she grabbed a hammer or a stick or something, and she just started banging the mess out of that trash can. It was so loud in there, I thought I was going to go deaf. I couldn't get out, and then the smell was atrocious. So yeah, I got picked on too, but it toughens you up.
That crazy. I mean, I've probably got so many stories of Dylan, but it's great. It's great that it's terrible as it sounds. Like here's a funny story. I guess it's funny, but I had a hamster, and this. I had a hamster, and Dylan and his friends decided to put the hamster in the ball.
Oh yeah.
They went outside and they started throwing my hamster, and I wasn't home.
Oh no.
And I was like 8, maybe. I was like 8, and the hamster didn't live much longer after that.
I guess so. Went into cardiac arrest.
Yeah, and just evil things like that. It's just like, dude, like, what are you doing? But at the same time, it's like, I mean, I guess that gives me character or something. Like, guess him just beating up on him. Man, I'm scared of him. I'll still beat him up till today. I'm like, I can't let him know that. I'll still beat him up, but like he would beat up my oldest brother, and it's like, dude, you gotta calm down. So having a brother like him is like, it's good.
It's good.
I would say it's good.
Yeah, it's helpful. Well, your mom and dad have done an incredible job. They obviously that many kids, and obviously spans a number of years. You're doing a really good job to do what they've done with you guys, and raise y'all to be the kind of people that you are today. And we need parents like your parents, especially, and that's what we need here in this community of West Cobb. Parents that are involved, parents that care, parents that are covering their kids in prayer. It's the kind of things that make a huge difference in your life. And sometimes when you're in high school, when you're in college, you don't realize the blessing that you have in a parent, right? And then when you get married and you start having your own kids, you start looking back and you're thinking, I was blessed.
Yeah.
I was blessed. I had no idea how blessed I was. So that's wonderful. Well, I think we're going to try to draw this to a close, but I just want to say thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
And spending a little time just talking about the Lord, talking about baptism, talking about baseball. And, you're a kind of guy that you may not be large in stature, but your personality and disposition bring a lot more to the table, and you are a leader. You lead other people by example, and know that you have an influence on other people, and the Lord has given you this wonderful influence so that you can encourage others. You can bring hope to others, especially when there's discouraging times. And as you and I both know, baseball is a microcosm of life.
No.
And you can be on top of the world in the first inning.
And then you're down here.
And by the fourth inning, you could be down in the valley.
Low innings, man. You got to win the low innings.
That's it.
The low innings get you.
And that's what we say, right? It's always the middle innings is where we're going to win the baseball game. It's not the beginning and not the end. It's in the middle because everybody's attention is jacked through the roof in the first inning and the second inning. And on the sixth and the seventh inning, they're all fired up because they got to win the game. But it's in that lull period. Win the lull. If we win the lull when nobody's paying attention, when they've lost their attention span, that's when you win the game.
Right.
And you sneak up on somebody and you get a win. And that's how a cerebral assassin does it. It's wonderful. Well, Chase, thank you for coming. Anything else you think you want to say? Anything you want to talk about?
I think what you're doing here is great. I appreciate you for having me in here.
Well, I'm so glad we could get this time together, and I think I'd love to sit down and maybe do it again at some time in the near future. Sure. It would be wonderful. I think we got a lot more ground we can cover, things we can talk about, but in this brevity of space, we'll go ahead and try to bring it to a close. But thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you watching, and we're praying for you. Please pray for us. If you'd like to support the podcast, please go to the link in the description below. Yes, we need multiple exposures to the gospel.
Sir.